Hey growers, what's up? It's Lucas, and it's starting to get a bit dark out, so pretty soon it's going to be too late to film a video, but I thought real quick I'd show you guys how I plant my basil. It's a really simple process, and you can get these really nice bushy basil plants, perfect for that pesto or pizza. Come on, let me show you my process. So you can see I've got a nice tray of basil seedlings here. I grew these from seeds in my room, so what I'm going to be teaching you in this video is basically how I get them planted in a container. And so if you're someone who lives in an apartment or you don't have much space in your garden, this is a great way to do that. So I've got a nice plastic pot here filled with some potting soil that I mixed together last season. So I actually saved this mix over the winter under a tarp, and I'm going to be reusing it this year. So that's a great way to save money. Because this is kind of old potting mix, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of fertilizer here. This is some just granular fertilizer. It has an NPK ratio of 5:20:20. So it's relatively low nitrogen and high phosphorus and potassium. Really for basil, I'd probably recommend something more around a balanced one that's like 5:5:5 or 20:20:20, because with basil you want to get lots of leaf growth, so you want quite a bit of nitrogen, but this is all I have right now around, so it's what I'm going to use. Just going to mix it in to the soil. Not too much, just enough that these plants are going to have the nutrients they need. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these eggshells here. I've got some crushed eggshells that I saved from last year, and I'm just going to sprinkle this onto the soil. And this is good for calcium, so that's one of the things that causes leaves to be all misshapen with basil. I think one of the reasons is a lack of calcium or the inability to take up water properly through the leaves, and that's what this calcium is going to help facilitate. Okay, so then once I'm done that, I'm just going to grab a basil seedling and just grab by the stem, just pop it out of the tray. So this basil seedling right here is slightly leggy, but that's not really a problem. It's still looking pretty healthy, and it's gonna start bushing out once I get it planted. So I'm just gonna dig a little hole with my fingers near the edge, and I'm just gonna get it planted. Simple as that. Just you can bury the stem a bit too, because basil does root a bit along their stem, not as much as tomatoes, but that'll give you just a stronger root base and a stronger, bushier plant. I'm just going to be putting 4 plants in this pot, and they're just going to be kind of getting bushier and kind of forming a nice bush here. I could probably just plant 1 plant right in the middle, and that would do just fine as well, but in my case, I've got so many plants, so I figure, why not just pop 4 plants in there, and each individual plant might be a little smaller than if you had 1 individual plant in the middle, but in the end, you're still going to get an awesome harvest of basil, because this stuff just grows super quick, super fast, and it'll give you a continuous supply throughout the season. Okay, so there we have it. We got 5 basil plants right here. They're looking all right. Now that they're planted, I just have to water them in. I planted 4 on the outskirts of this pot and 1 in the middle. I just thought it would just be better that way, so just give them a nice good soaking. Okay, so there you have it. Nice pot of basil that's going to grow really well. I'm just going to put it in a nice sunny spot, and that's another key thing, is that basil likes full sun, so give it as much sun as you got. Definitely get out there and grow some basil, because it's a great herb to grow. It's very versatile in the kitchen, great for many dishes, and yeah, it goes great with tomatoes and peppers and pretty much any other vegetable that you would think of growing in a vegetable garden. So hope you have a great day. I'm Lucas from LucasGrowsBest, and I'll see you next time.